Excellent condition. There is good connection, and you can actually load up and say anything about people watching. Close. Stream settings, viewer activity. There's nothing. It appears to be a dead planet. There is no life. We will return to our work. Humans not found here for many centuries. Life unlikely. Oh, excuse me. Oh, snap. Okay. Got all this real estate now. Just like this. Do we just go with all 6? Everybody gets lots of space. Essentially. Okay. 1. We have 1. Welcome to the stream, you. Welcome, one brave soul. Swam your way through the internet, found your way to this live stream. Hope you're having a good day. It's pretty chill here. Don't have to go out. Just slave under eternal creative pressure. Make cool thing better. Okay. Is there anything more? Does this even need a title? I don't know. I don't know how we do it. Spread out like this seems the most obvious, but then you're like, what is... If you're going with this drop-down menu route, which is what we're thinking, slick, you complete one thing, then the next part of the menu drops out, and the next part. Would it be organized like this? I wonder. Because it's just, I think it's just freedom is going to be an open campus for these, or open canvas, sorry, campus, ha. Oh, alright, thin air, I will speak to you for a while. If anybody joins in the stream, they can say hello. Alright, let's just focus. What has happened now? How come it won't do that other layer? What the hell? Now I can't select it anymore. Why? Frame 7. Okay, there we go. Hey, welcome. Thanks for swimming through the internet. Found your way here. Hope you're having a good day. Chilling. I can't figure out how to get the background, the frames. Okay, let's just go to frame 5. Let's find you, frame 5. Where are you? Where are you? Frame 6. I don't see frame 5. Is there a function? Frame. There it is, frame 5. That's what I want. Okay. Can I move you, frame 5? Okay. Is there any way to... So I can copy, make another one of you. Frame 6, where are you? Oh, that's frame 6. Oh, okay. Pop the whole thing over here. That's not bad. But I want to move it with frame 7. Why is it preventing me from doing that? Okay. That's a little strange, but we sort of inadvertently got to where we need to be. And now, just for argument's sake, is there any other way I could think of creating these, lining up this information? What to do? Oh, holy snap, we got checking out the stream for a while. I realize this is probably the worst time of day to be doing this. I could time it better, but why not? That's what I figure. Why not? Okay. It would be cool. Oh, I did just get an idea. Concurrent viewer. Hope you're doing well. So, I was looking over here at this one, and I actually had this idea like, oh, wouldn't it be sweet if it was just like lined up like that? Because they're all this down process, so you could just expect it to be like that across the entire page. So maybe, could I find a way to get all 6 going across? It's almost be like bookmarks. It's a lot to have 6 going across like that. What's the clever way to get them to do that? But it doesn't take up too much space. How to do it? Well, the titles themselves, let's just see. Let's see how cramped it is when there's just, when you just go for it. Whoa, hey, now, that's not gonna work. When you just go for it, okay. So you're gonna go here. It's not the way I'm gonna be able to get those. Yep, this goes here. Pretty much there. Yeah, get those to chill out there. Characters, this can move up here clearly. And like so. It is getting tight, but this one right here, I could have moved this over more. There we go. This could easily, that's a lot of space that just freed up. And get this over. Are you going to link your YouTube account to your project channel? Oh, no, I mean, I think, I mean, that channel's there, and we'll like post content on that channel. But I won't ever do like updates, like direct updates, unless it's like a really big deal, because I want it to have the kind of like personal thing on the channel. I don't want like Radiant's got its place, and I mean this is cool because I was like, this would be fun to do on my channel because maybe people just want to like participate and brainstorm with me. But yeah, try not just to make Dave Trippin like a billboard for Radiant. I'll definitely be mindful of that because there can be both. It just needs to be done intelligently, I would say. Oh, there, I did it again. Okay. So here we go. All right, well, I don't need to have this like this. I can just put this up here. Across the top. 6 things across the top. You got these, and each one is its own menu. Feels kind of cool. Feels cool. What about that? Any plans to integrate with Roll20 in the future? So I thought this the other night when I was talking about it with my my friend. There was like another feature I noticed when I was trying to do this planning, where I noticed on other places you could download the different like trading cards that you created. What would it be? Not trading cards. That's the thing. They're not like ours. They're not like collectibles that way. But it's if you make AI art, once you make it, then you can download that. And so what we thought is, okay, well, you know how Radiant Assistant could work with a session of whatchamacallit, Roll20, would be that you do it before. So the DM, who often does prep beforehand, would go to Radiant Assistant. They would create the different things for themselves, and then they'd have them ready for the session. And the way that they could do that is that once they're made, we want to have the functionality that you can download them and then take them off to your Roll20 session. So that's like a sort of light integration, but it's important. I was thinking about that is how someone could just, that works, you know. You could have Radiant Assistant open, or you could just have downloaded the assets that you've created for yourself and start using them, which I think is cool. Okay, let's frame. Okay, what do I do it like? Just like that. But it's like a whole frame. Yeah, I just want an outline, like a pen, a pencil. Can I do that? Wow, that will not be very good for straight lines. How about a pen? Oh no, a pen's gonna be great. Okay, if I can do this. There we go. And then we're done. Let's do it like that. And then this, I bet, yeah, I can copy this. Oh, not quite. There we go. I actually want it to get smaller. That would be best. Okay, there we go. This is for someone to refer to. Oh snap! We got 4 people in the stream now. Welcome, 4 people. That's like miles off before. It's a whole community now. It's a growing thing. I don't know about this style that I have here. Maybe it could work. 6 things across the top of the screen. Travel. And does it feel awkward that it has to be over to the side there? You're gonna have things on the side anyways. I'm just talking out loud here, you know, since people join the stream. I'm like, I gotta figure out what to do. This one seems good, but then you're like, is it running into what's below? That's why the menus are small. Just 3 things to drop down. This is a cool way. It's just like you got 6 columns, and then behind each column could be something creative. I think that there's like this awesome space behind each one, like some representative art behind all of them, blackened, That would be cool. I should just make a note of that. Representative art behind. Representative art behind each, what would you call this, column? Yeah, that would be a key design element. I'm just gonna say, we'll throw it up here and maybe make it a little bigger. Bigger. Okay, there, it's much bigger. Okay. There we go. That actually, it's weird how it can perfectly sit on either side of that line. Thinking about the art behind each column makes me like this more. I think that's a space you're like, ah, I love calling the pillars of creation. Oh, that's damn. I know that's like a book and everything, but wow, did I ever just get like, what a fun thing to call this this portion. Yeah, this is cool. It's cool. I thought it would actually be interesting. This is one I'll share, and if any, I thought this would be great. Always thinking about the art and the user experience. And one of the things I think that's cool that you can do is when you, obviously the way that this will be designed is that it's going to let you create these cool assets to play your game. And that in that way it's just a tool, but you can design it so that you can create a story behind each perhaps page on the site, like, oh, this is the Foundry and this is the blah blah blah, and you actually create it like the website Radiant has a story, and so it's more immersive to use it because now you don't just see it as a tool. It's like this thing that has a story, and you're now interacting with something much more alive because you gave it that story. I love that idea. I think that's very cool. That could be very cool. Which is making me like this more. I'm thinking like the different representative like pieces of art across this. I was like, that's a great way to do it. Or, all right, I know this is now, I'm like, oh, you're so brilliant. I'm like, it's not. Now I'm just thinking, I got to do the next one, which would be the horizontal, obviously. Currently we control the vertical. Now we control the horizontal. And I would like to see, again, it was just seeing the art in different ways. This is column art, but then if we did it like this, it would be this cool banner art. So, a little bit more organization again. We also have far less space across that side of the screen to do this, so it gets even more cramped. Well, who knows what the artists can do. We'll see. Hey, average view duration is up to 3 minutes. That's cool. Thanks for chilling a bit more. Can we shrink this down? No, we can't. Can we? Like that, kind of. And this obviously, yeah. Okay, goes that way. I think I just need to take these menu descriptions out to make this one work. It's on the others, so you know what it's going for. But here I just gotta like, let's list the different paths that they could choose. Also, if I put it in columns like this, horizontal, I can no longer say the pillars of creation because they're not standing upright anymore. It's now got to be the pancakes of. Oh no, that was horrible. I'm just sorry. It's not funny. All right, so we do this, and then we get rid of these. And can I do several at once? Yes, I can. Or can't I? Still leave this, like, actually, yeah, right there. Oh! How to remove the red heart in the right corner and what does it mean? Yeah, can you... I wonder about that too. Like, is that a chat settings thing where you're like... I don't know. I don't know why that's there, and it's irritating because it like totally blocks the chat, right? Yeah. By red heart. Okay. Let's see. Heart icon. Yeah, it's right there. So annoying. Yeah, you don't want anything except for if you click on it, 5 and yeah, when you click on the same icon. This must not because I've recently noticed. Yeah, it's a bunch of people. Thanks for your explanation. I'll have to live with the stupid heart invading icon? Oh no, that's not what we wanted to find out there. That is entirely uncool. Okay. So we're gonna go with well, oh yeah, it was the pen that I used last time. Okay. So let's pen it up. Pen it up. Boom. It's kind of cool. You could like make this sort of grid if you wanted to. I'm just doing this to put like columns between each. But it's kind of cool. This is just like, hey, look at me free flow with this art. But we are seeing the issue that I mentioned before, which is that, oh, I didn't know you could do that with it. Oh no, it won't work like that. Is that it is slightly, not even slightly, it's pretty limited in terms of the space that each column would have. But that's like, when I look here, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I would love to. This is one where I really wish yeah, this is where you need to talk to your team and say, hey, what do you think, guys? What do you think of this shenanigans here? Yes. Okay, but we're getting ideas. That's the whole point. Get the ideas down. Richard says, I was curious, how come you never collabed? Oh, it's people can click the heart with other YouTubers like Japan, JP abroad in Japan, etc. Oh, Jordan Peterson? I should collab with Jordan Peterson. We talk it out. No matter how miserable and worthless we were, we would make it work. I actually, I love telling this story too, because it's like a cool, you hear stories of like YouTubers being, you know, psychos or whatever. But like, I like to tell the story about abroad in Japan because it's not a psycho story. I did reach out to him at one point to, what should I call it, to collaborate. And I mean, it was always going to be when his channel was much larger than mine. But he was like busy as you'd expect he might be, but he wrote back and was just like, no, like it would be cool to work together. I like your sort of videos. It seems like you care about what you're doing. I'm really wrapped up right now, so I can't do it. But, you know, thank you for reaching out to me. Maybe one day. And I was just like, that's classy. You're a classy dude. So I really appreciated that. But I did try. There was like Dustin from Trollo. Solo travel blog. I worked with him actually a few times, and he's a good friend. He's a guy I'm like so happy we actually, you know, we got to work together as much as we did. But it was hard. That was like one of the things I would say is that I think I underestimated how difficult it would be to reach out to people and find people who did want to work together. I also reached out, and it was one of my happiest memories and one of my best videos I did that was with these guys at the time. Their channel was called Yummy Japan, and we just went to this really cool shotengai in near Nippori Station, and it's beautiful and ancient and had all this like wonderful food, and I was really getting into my camera that I had at that point and got some of the best footage I had ever taken. I loved it. I loved it. We made some good stuff. So I got a few collaborations, but I, at one point, was contacting so many people and could not get any bites. But you also got to have the mentality of, like, let people live their lives, and, like, you don't want to ever become bitter where you're like, why won't you work with me? Well, that means the universe has shown you that you need to make your own videos for a while now. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So those are my, that's what I have to say about that. Okay, now what can we do? Can we put in We had wireframes. Yes, that's done. Okay, wireframe shapes. Yeah, I wanted to do a drop down creation. Yeah, not drop down anymore, but this menu that you would complete moving from left to right. So I mean that's obvious, but I feel like I'll just put this in to make it super clear. Let's check that out. Create your asset moving left to right. I don't know, maybe. I just want to get this out here so we can see it at least. Any plans for Bangkok collabs in the future? So, one of my friends, we've had a great storied friendship. One of my friends is Sam from Tikio Sam. And he actually, it sounds like, knows a few, has contacted, and he's on good terms with a few Thai YouTubers. And I think it'd be awesome. I don't know necessarily like all of them like he does, but he was like, hey, if you ever want to get connected, I could do that. And I appreciate that, obviously. An introduction is worth its weight in gold, creatively and otherwise. So yeah, I'd love to see what people are doing here and get out there. And I'm sure there's collaborations are great, and I'd love to work with people in Bangkok. That would be really, really cool. Let me go on record saying that now. I would really enjoy that. So I wonder, now I'm looking at this and I think we'd thought about these different categories: buildings, items, nature, characters, treasure, travel. I wonder, should we consider less pillars? Could any of these pillars be broken down into another? Let's just do a quick look. Buildings with items. I suppose you could do like, maybe it would, yeah, now I'm thinking of this like boil it down idea. And it would be kind of cool for lore if you had like the physical and the spiritual, and it was like you either chose from those two paths. And so from physical, you'd get things like item building, or what should we call it? Nature. I figured treasures would likely be included in. Oh, that's a good observation as well. Items and treasure are very similar. Items plus treasure. So items, and then travel is also physical. Is there nothing? Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. There was my trap. With that creative idea is that all of this is physical, all of these items that you would create. So I guess maybe you could separate them. I love this. It's almost like a Greek level of separating elements, but if you did, what should we call it? If you did like, what the hell is it that they did it by? It was like, was it by elements or something like that? I can't remember. I had the thought and I totally lost it. That's funny. All right. So we could put treasures and items together for sure. Characters and nature, although nature we'd have to separate out. Because yeah, characters are living and things in nature are living. So yeah, nature. I was thinking of like the animate and inanimate. That would be cool, like animate. Although, yeah, living and dead is like a living thing, because then you have to include like plants with it as well. I'm trying to think, how could you boil these down though, that we would get like more space, more creative. I'm gonna write that down as a question, like, can we boil these down more? And then once they're boiled down, we could then, the subclasses of that would be, these other things. it would be like living things would have, of course, in it like characters and things from nature, characters and animals. And then you could have non-living things include all items and treasure, or it could be like okay, yeah, this is a good question. This is a good question. Of course, you're gonna want things for travel. Question here, Dave. Have you ever dealt with annoying neighbors in Japan? Did I? That's a good question. Maybe I had somebody bang on my wall like once in the first couple years that I was living here, but that was about it. I think I mean, famously, the Japanese are usually quite good neighbors, and in my experience, that was consistent with what I had heard. Time to break out the coffee and get to mind mapping with a whiteboard. You could always use Pictionary categories as a base. This is the whiteboard. That's what we're doing here. We're on the whiteboard. If you want to make any suggestions, that was the whole point of the stream. If you can like think, how could you like coalesce or like combine any of these categories and then from them create different things. It would be like if you had living things, then it'd be like, oh, okay, well, it's going to be all characters. Is it an NPC or is it like wildlife? That's kind of cool. Living, and I bet you could find some like awesome like Latin descriptions of these and call them that or something. Yeah, we should write Latin up here. Yeah, living and like non-living. It would be like, yeah, flora, fauna, or NPC. Flora definition is the plants of a particular region. Yeah. Flora, fauna. I believe that'd be the wildlife, right? The animals. So like flora, fauna, and characters. Those three. All of those things living, the plants and so on, and then you'd have the other category, which would be your inanimate or non-living, and that could include your buildings, your material like rivers, streams, taverns, houses, objects, items. Yeah, that could work. But then, yes, how do you? Okay, again, now we're getting it. I'm like, just for fun, let's throw out another screen here. Going with this bad boy. Grab this. Oh no, it wasn't enough. Okay, there we go. I think we snagged it. We did. Okay. So let's suppose we had living and we had the non-living. Animate, inanimate. Animate, inanimate. Maybe I think that would be that's a fun place where we start this out. Although when I think about it, it's like, should you give yourself more breathing room? I almost feel like if you could gave yourself 4 columns, that would be really cool to proceed down. You choose one of 4. There's a question I can ask. If anybody's, there's 2 people. Okay, you're in the live stream. I want to ask you if you respond. How many choices would you want to build from if you were going to make something and you were looking at like you were looking at the base material where you're like, I want to choose from, and we want to do less than 6. How many? Would it be like 2 and then you do drop downs from that? Or would it be like 4 and then each of those has their own path that you could go down? I guess it's important that you actually have more than 2 because you want to have more branches for them, whereas you would be limited. You could make those more complex. Yeah, that reveals it. So it shouldn't be 2. I'll add that note now that I can think about it like that. should be more than 2 to... It's simple. 2 is, but then the thing that'll happen is what I'm thinking about doing is you'd have drop down menus. So you'd have like, you choose this one, and then it would say, oh, you want an item, or let's go with the characters. You want a character. Well, how old do you want the character to be? How wealthy do you want it to be? And maybe per one more thing. And then you would create it. So you'll get more options to like refine your creation afterwards. So if you only have 2, you could make that list longer to make sure that you'd still given them the ability to like really hone in on what they wanted, but it would be this really long list, which feels cumbersome. So a list of the factors that you're trying to categorize. I do. I mean, hopefully the live stream is showing it. The list of factors is this. Oh God, I hope it's showing it. Are you guys able to see the screen that I have up with the Figma on it? If I've been like talking here and you guys can't see that, I feel like an ass. I'm like, oh, I did it again. Didn't share the screen correctly, but I think it should be. Video capture Mac OS screen. I think so. Okay. So 4 pillars of creation. So you could have the characters just feel so clearly like their own thing. And then almost on the other end of that, I want to say it's just stuff. It's like things that have zero... They have personality and history, but they have no personality. It's like it has to be inferred rather than expressed. Maybe that's a better way to put it. So then what would be in between on these things? I suppose next closest to stuff might be places. Yeah, because like those are completely distinct. And then could you get away with travel? Could those be the 4 characters, travel, places, stuff? That seems actually, when I look at that, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that could work. And then you've got these great big, like the screen just gets way more real estate to do it. I want options, but you don't want it crowded, I think. Anyways, this is cool. Okay. So that where were we going to go with? We were going to go with characters. Yes, characters. We're going to go with travel. We're going to go with places. We're going to go with stuff. But now we're definitely going to nuke a couple of these categories here. Whoa, no, not like this. Okay, nuke that. Just like this. Man, yeah, we got so much room now with the 4. Like this feels good. And if there's like, we can do, yeah, having the space is good. Because then, yeah, there's a lot to think about there. There's a lot that's good about that. Okay. All right, people I will have to disappear for but a moment. I got nature calls, but I'll leave the stream running. Fear not, I return in but a moment. I hope you're, give you time to grab a drink or whatever you're doing. movement. And I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. What? 2 people still here? That is bearing with me, I will say. Thank you. I'm just trying to think of how we can make these more the language cooler, like movement. That could be for travel. That would be a good way to describe it. With character builders with D&D, how many questions does a character player typically have to answer as a part of their character builder? Maybe a decent benchmark. Oh, I mean, that is, well, to answer, let's just answer your question. So when you're creating a character, there would be a lot. There's like so many different things that you have to decide and roll and do and fill out. And it's a joy creating the characters for that. But for this, the idea behind what you're seeing in front of you is that you want to create something for your D&D campaign to help tell the story, which is like an item that they might come across, your players, in the course of their journey, like an item or a place or a thing. And you want a description for it, and you want to immerse them in the world more, but you always have to like make that item beforehand, like find a picture on the internet and pretend that that's the harbor that you want people to see. And then you got to think about what to say for it. So what we're doing here is we're making it that if you have something like that you want to create, you're able to do so from going down one of these creative paths, and it'll generate for you an image of that thing as well as a narration for that thing. Description, basically, flavored text and history and detail. So it doesn't have nearly the same amount of choices, and also when we're thinking about prep time, what are you trying to do with prep time? You're trying to minimize it and make it efficient, and so yeah, we want to make it like easy mode to create everything you might want, but at a level that was never possible before for your campaigns. Let's see. So we were gonna do stuff was one of them. Stuff's got a ton of room. All good. Thank you very much for dropping by. Good to see you. Okay, there we go. 1. And then we go places was another. Places means all the places in the world. I think you could call a river a place, or it's more like a geographic feature, but whatever. We could call it movement. There's got to be a... I'm trying to use this language that's like pillars of existence language, but I'm not sure how to do that for places. Characters, get rid of this, bop this out, right here, move this over, this over. These things I've not made pretty, but they don't need to be. It's just kind of you get the idea sort of stuff. Why can't, there it is. I was like, why cannot I not grab this? Anybody who's really good at Figma, this would probably be painful for them to watch, but I'm learning, and you know, the fool precedes the master. That kind of thing. Okay. So there we go. So now we have it like this, and I wonder what could be, when you do places, how would you allow them? I guess it would the first fork in the road would be like, is it nature or artifice? You know, is it I think that would be that's a good question to ask. Is this something that occurs naturally? Call it natural or constructed. Yeah, that's a cool way to go. No, we just want to write. Natural. Ooh. let's see. Oh, quick call. Sure. Sure, I'm just doing a quick call. This is the gentleman who does all the back end work for what we're doing right now. Let's see. I might have to mute my mic for a moment. It's a funny thing to have to do, but I'm going to do this very quickly here while I'm on the phone.